Another day, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the 14th episode of the 9th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode was actually interesting because again, it was more character growth for Sheldon. You know, he was sick at the start of the episode and we've seen some flashbacks, like recaps of how he was acting towards his friends when he was in that condition. And basically everybody was trying to help him. They was all trying to be there for him. They was bringing him food, they was bringing him medicine. Do you know what I mean? They was trying to cook and clean for him. And obviously all he was doing is relaying how sick he is and being mean to everybody. You know what I mean? And then obviously when everybody decided, you know what, we're going to go on a trip, you know, Amy had some time away from Sheldon. It made her, you know, kind of appreciate him a little bit more, but it obviously helped her in a relationship because she obviously stepped back and just took some of that personal time. Maybe we should do that as well. We'll go on a trip to Vegas without him. And obviously they all organised it. When Sheldon asked, can he come? They said no. You know what I mean? Like, you've offended everybody. He's gone on to FaceTime. He's moaned at, you know, Amy about everybody, all his friends. And she basically said, look, mate, you need to be a little bit more empathetic to all your friends and everybody, because they're there doing stuff for you and you're just mean to them. And you know you're mean to them, but you don't really have, you know, any remorse for that. You know what I mean? And he sat there and he was thinking about it and he was like, do you know what? I was mean to Leonard and it must have upset him. And then now I'm starting to feel upset. And he started to realise that maybe it is the best thing to do is to apologise to people. So what he'd done is he went and apologised to Leonard. He accepted it. He said, can I come on a trip? He said, no, not really. You know, if everybody else accepts your apology, maybe we can consider it. So he's gone round and he's done like an apology tour, you know, and give everybody t-shirts as well. Now, obviously, Emily didn't accept it, you know what I mean? Because he kind of offended her as well while he was saying it for the second time. But to be honest, as he was about to leave on their trip, he jumped on the bus. I thought he was going to say, I'm staying, you know what I mean? I'm going to come no matter what. But then he tried again and he apologised to Emily and he said, look, I'm really sorry. Explained it, and then obviously she accepted him and said that he can come along on the trip with them. But the main thing is that you look at it is, you know, she started to feel like everybody else does. No matter what, he stresses him out, he pecks her head, and obviously we know that he oversteps her boundaries sometimes. At the end of the day, they always end up feeling sorry for Sheldon, and he always seems to end up being integrated back into it with them. And even Penny was saying, now you know how we feel before taking a shot. So that's interesting as well, and it is so true. I'm hoping Amy's back from a conference in today's episode, though. I actually really do hope she is. Thanks for checking it out, though. If you do enjoy it, please smash like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Yep, the inside of our mailbox is under federal jurisdiction. So if you broke my right thumb, that's the Pasadena City Police. But if you broke my left thumb, that's the FBI. Smell this.
What is that?
Roses, Ben Gay, and Dr. Scholl's foot powder.
You know, the last time I got a handwritten letter was from someone who told me I park like a blind person.
That someone has a name.
Thank you.
I park fine.
Oh my goodness, she's coming to visit.
Oh, it'll be nice to finally meet her.
Oh, you are going to love her. She is the kindest, sweetest woman you'll ever meet. That's not her. That's not her. That's not her.
Really? The old Asian man is not your MEEMAW?
Well, I got her an iPhone for Christmas. I'll see where she is. Oh, she doesn't even know she has it. No, I had my sister slip it in her bag so that I can track her like a sea turtle.
Moon pie!
Meemaw, I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you too.
This is Leonard. Leonard, this is my Meemaw.
Hi, so nice to finally meet you. Let me take this for you, MEEMAW.
No, you call her Constance. I call her Meemaw.
You had a superpower and spent your whole life being told to suppress it. When you finally decide to embrace that power, why hide in isolation?
I'm sorry, and how much money did your version of Frozen make? She built an ice castle, made a snow monster, and gave herself a complete makeover in one day. You know what I saw you do today? Eat a block of cream cheese straight from the foil and lie about it to your wife. How can you not like that movie?
I just think it gets more credit than it deserves.
Oh, that's what I said an hour ago.
Wow. You've been talking about Frozen for an hour?
You should have seen us after The Good Dinosaur.
Mate, The Good Dinosaur was
a
decent.
classic Western set in the post-Jurassic period, and it changed my life.
Right, I know that people say stuff like it gets too much credit, but like, is there enough credit? I don't really get it. If something's good, it should get all the credit it deserves. And let's be honest, Frozen was decent. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Frozen was decent. Yeah, regardless of whether you like the tunes or you don't like the tunes, it's a good film. It actually is. And they've had some pretty good bangers, Disney, with the animated films. You know, even Encanto, that was just out. Like, I thought that was a decent film, but like it popped off in the charts as well. And I think, to be honest, an interesting fact, I mean, I might be chatting out my ass here, but I think I'm right, is that the Encanto, We Don't Talk About Bruno, is Disney's first ever #1. Maybe from an animated film. They probably have a number one from different things, but I literally think it is. Or most recent, I don't know if Let It Go got to #1 in the US Hot 100, but I think Encanto, the Encanto one did with We Don't Talk About Bruno. And to be honest, that is a pretty good tune. It actually is a pretty good tune. I thought Let It Go was good. Olaf's a good character as well. And you know what? This is not all for kids, is it? To be honest, you can watch most of the Disney films and come out and think that was pretty good.
Are you comfortable?
Very. It's nice to rest after 800 flights of stairs.
Hello. Come in, say hi to my MEEMAW.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How was your trip?
Wonderful. And the pilot did such a good job, I gave him a butterscotch.
You sitting in Sheldon's spot. You know, I don't even get to sit there.
Yeah. And you never will. Oh, ask her to do the tissue thing.
Can I have a tissue?
Of course. Oh, now don't you go looking through my suitcase for presents.
If I did, would I find any?
Maybe. But you also might find my brassieres and bloomers.
Well, this is so nice. He's so excited to have you here.
Okay, now let you and me get something
I
straight.
knew she was going to do this.
I came to bake him cookies. But the real reason is to size you up.
Size me up?
Sheldon's mother may be okay with you, but I'm not so easy.
A Texas special cattle and calf car train set with authentic horn and bell. Thank you, MEEMAW. Amy, why don't you look excited? You get to watch me play with this.
I actually knew that was going to happen. It happened quicker than I could say it, if you know what I mean. Like, obviously, I'm not going to pause the scene mid-scene and say, she's going to do this, but that's what I felt like was going to happen. I thought she was going to say that I thought she was actually going to say, I'm the only woman for Sheldon in his life. Do you know what I mean? I don't want you here. But she actually said that I'm basically here to assess if you're good enough for Sheldon. And to be honest, she is good enough for Sheldon. And to be honest, I've said many times as well, like, I wouldn't mind even dating Amy. I think she's a great person. To be honest, she's always smiling. So this is why I like Raj. I say it all the time, but like, Raj's always happy unless he's lonely on his own. But apart from that, if you take that away, because I give anybody who's lonely the pass of being down, because I get it, you know what I mean? But apart from that, they're always happy and a really nice person, always there for everybody. That is Amy, and she's not self-absorbed as well. You know what I mean? It's not all about me where other people is. And to be honest, we all surely are in agreement that Sheldon probably couldn't find anybody that's going to love him for who he is and how he is and all these quirks and all the weird traits that he's got and how self-obsessed he is, and she's still okay with it. He's never finding anybody better.
Oh, I see you're reading Saga.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty good.
It is. And not a lot of comics have a woman with wings breastfeeding a baby right on the cover. Raj, by the way, this is Howard.
Hi.
Claire,
Oh, I've never seen you here before, Claire.
it's my first time. I'm looking for inspiration for this movie I'm writing. Really, a scientist?
Astrophysicist.
That's perfect. Do you think I could pick your brain for my movie sometime? It's animated sci-fi for kids.
Sure, I love animated movies.
He does, and he has the Lilo and Stitch collector plates to prove it.
Excuse me for wanting a little magic in my life.
A girlfriend.
So?
So, how do you think she'd feel about you helping a beautiful girl with her screenplay?
I wouldn't say she's beautiful.
Really? You don't think she's attractive?
I do, I just wouldn't tell my girlfriend.
Pour you some wine?
Oh, no wine for me. Sheldon's bringing me my whiskey.
I made it just how you like it. A lot in a glass.
Curious, why do you call Sheldon Moon Pie?
'Cause he's so nummy.
She could just eat him up.
You know, now that I'm hearing it, it does sound familiar.
How could it? I never told you, and you never bothered to ask.
Well, now I know.
I understand you have a new job.
Yes, I'm a pharmaceutical sales rep.
A husband and a full-time career.
I have a relationship and a full-time career, too.
That doesn't bode well. Well, Leonard doesn't need as much tending to as Sheldon does. And as Moon Pie explained, Leonard's work is more of a hobby.
He's my best friend.
I don't like you very much.
Well, maybe I don't like you either.
Well, no. You have to like each other. Well, we have a 4:30 reservation at Applebee.
The minute you left the room, your precious MEEMAW started giving me a really hard time. I don't need this.
Let her go. And under no circumstance will you give her that engagement ring.
You have an engagement ring? Penny, did you know about this? All right, let's go.
What is actually your opinion on his grandma? Like, because first impressions, I don't like her. I actually don't like her. Like, I don't know how anybody can. This is the first time we've definitely seen her. Like, Sheldon loves her. He always goes on about MEEMAW, and he's always saying it. And the perception that he's always give is like she's nice. And our first visual seeing of her is she's not. She's actually a grumpy old woman. And like, I really like Amy, and I feel like she's gone in and attacked her. She has, you know what I mean? She's gunning for her, which was fine in terms of the fact that she's like, I don't know, there to kind of protect Sheldon. But at the end of the day, she's coming across a bit bitchy, to be honest. And I also think it's cringe that they call each other MEEMAW and Moon Pie. I don't know. People might think it's all right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it's proper cringe.
Get an engagement ring.
Well, my mother gave it to me, and I had been thinking about giving it to you, but then we broke up.
Sheldon, tell this girl that my ring will never be on her finger.
Who said I even want to be engaged to him? And if I do, I don't need your hand-me-down.
Is it possible this crankiness is because your cycles have synced?
You leave the room and let the grown-ups talk now.
Okay, so you met this girl, you exchanged numbers, and you're gonna meet up with her.
Just to help her with the screenplay.
I'm sure it was harmless. People flirt, no big deal.
Really? So it's okay if I
Fuck
flirt?
you, I own your ass.
I mean, did you guys have doubts about each other?
Never.
Absolutely. Forget how much of our early dates involved you doing magic and me doing this.
Reservations about you too.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I think you're even more beautiful than this rose.
The last time I saw my grandma, the most exciting thing was watching the ash of her cigarette get longer and wondering if it was going to fall in her pudding.
Hey, what happened? Is Amy gone?
No. They asked me to leave so they could speak privately.
I've made up my mind. I'm going to do the right thing, call this girl, and let her know that I'm in a relationship.
Okay, so far we've heard, made up my mind, I'm dumping Emily.
Made up my mind to date both of them by pretending to be twin brothers.
The threesome didn't deserve the belly laugh it got.
It could totally happen.
I need to let you know that I have a girlfriend.
Okay, good for you.
Are you saying that we didn't have a vibe?
Why do you care if we have a vibe? You have a girlfriend.
Come on, I just told you I had a girlfriend. The least you can do is tell me if you had a vibe.
Sure, we had a vibe.
I knew it. Okay, we did have a vibe. Exciting. So what's my next move?
You still have a girlfriend.
Right, good catch. Anyway, so I'm sorry to waste your time, and good luck with your screenplay.
Adults, we can still get together without it meaning anything.
Not me. Ever since you admitted we had a vibe, I've been planning our wedding.
I'll ask you some questions about science, and if you propose, I promise to say no.
Okay. Well, that hurts a little, but okay.
Great, I'll text you.
Bye. Meeting for coffee like two adults. Everybody's happy. Easy peasy.
When are you gonna tell Emily?
He lied about the cream cheese. He ate the whole thing. I saw him.
You have no idea how much I put up with.
I know more than you think I do.
Really? You know what it's like to have date night ruined because Google changed their font?
You think I don't know what it's like to live with a stubborn, egotistical man, then you're wrong. Because that was my husband. When you broke up with Sheldon, it hurt him deeply. And I don't want to see that happen again.
Sorry, Sheldon would like to say something to you.
No, I wouldn't.
Just get in here.
I have to defend my girlfriend to you. I always looked up to you and Pop Pop. Now, I know what a challenging man he could be, but I saw you stand by him and make him into a better person.
If you feel so strongly, I won't stand in your way.
Thank you.
So if he wanted to give me that engagement ring, we would have your blessing?
I suppose.
I just gave you my virginity, woman. Cool your jazz.
If you just change the story to the destruction of a galaxy, then a supermassive black hole could work. And that's how Mommy and Daddy met.
Do you ever tell Emily about us?
I will.
And, you know, like, that is actually Rigel. Like, that is consistent with his character. Do you know what I mean? Like, as soon as he meets somebody, he falls in love and he's like already planning the future with them. Now, I'll be interested to see if this person here actually is in the show a little bit more. And to be honest, right, if he was just meeting her to talk about the scripture, then he doesn't really have to tell Emily, because, mate, how many encounters, do you know what I mean? You don't tell your partner about every encounter that you have with the opposite sex, you know what I mean? If I was at work, or if I was, I don't know, in the shop, and somebody was writing something, and I knew about that field, and he was like, can you help me? I'd be like, yeah, sure, and I helped him. Like, there's nothing to say about that, like, but if my girlfriend asked, what did you do today? And I didn't tell her that I was doing that, then that's where it's sketchy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't have to go around just say, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. But if she said, what did you do today? And you didn't say, you know, I met somebody in the comic book store, we sat down, told her information about a story, maybe we can see it in the movies or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, hopefully one day it'll get big and I'll know that I've helped her. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sort of things are okay. But if you openly lie about where he was, then it becomes sketchy. Do you know what I mean? Like, who he was talking to. But like I said, Raj, he goes all in. He thinks of everything. I mean, we haven't even seen him fully do this with Emily, if that makes sense. To be honest, even though she's been integrated a little bit more recently, we haven't seen him talk about the future and stuff. To be honest, at the end of last season, we've seen him trying to break up, and then obviously they ended up being together. She's been integrated with the group, and last episode she was there going on the party bus to Vegas. But in today's episode, he was kind of talking about maybe he doesn't know if she was the one, because he's met somebody here and he's already thinking about this, and now he's thinking about his relationship. I don't really know. All I do know is that even if we don't see Emily a lot, Raj being in a relationship is better than him not being in a relationship. Because when he's not in a relationship, he's always sad and depressed and always complaining. I'd rather him be in a relationship and we never see that person, like Howard's mum when she was alive. Do you know what I mean? Because he was not in a relationship with his mum, but do you know what I mean? Like, his mum was there. We knew that was his association. It's like a love-hate thing. He was always complaining about her, but you could tell that he hardcore loved her. And she was there. I'd rather that than to not be there and him sad all the time. Or, do you know what I mean? So that'd be interesting to see, obviously, how his relationship goes with Emily going forward. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Now, obviously, we was just talking about, you know, the relationship with Emily and Raj going forward. But then let's talk about the relationship, obviously, between Sheldon and Amy. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously loves her. She makes him a better person. I know that he was saying there that he seen Howie's grandma, so by his granddad, and obviously that's what he's doing with Amy. It's a long slug, but you know, he's making her into this better person, when in reality we all know it's the other way around. She's standing by him through thick and thin. But I do still stand by what I was saying about his MEEMAW, to be honest. You know, all the show up until the ninth season, he's consistently gone on how amazing she is, and then when she come here, she was instantly nasty towards Amy, character that I really like. So straight away, I wouldn't say I'm on the defensive, but I'm on Amy's side. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when somebody new get introduced and you start hating on your favourite, you're like, mate, well, I don't like you, until you get to know more. And obviously, she was not approving the ring getting given to her. She was kind of nasty towards her. She said she didn't really like her. She was the one that started the confrontation. I know Amy was giving it and biting back, but to be honest, that's what you want. You know, you don't want to be a person that's consistently getting slagged off and just taking it. I like how she had a bite about her and she bit back, even though it may have hurt Sheldon. That obviously them two didn't get along. And to be honest, I didn't really like his MEEMAW, if I'm being totally honest. But I've got to say, fair play to him, that when they did leave the room and he was sitting down, they was talking to each other, they was kind of hashing it out a little bit, and I started to kind of learn and understand a little bit more about her and how she feels and why that is. And you know, she was upset that Amy broke up with him that time, and obviously now they're back together. But at the end of the day, as well, I feel like Amy's justification for the first time when they broke up was kind of valid, you know, and I totally understood her reasons. And it's good that they're back together, and I always wanted them to be, and I never wanted them to be apart, but I understood it. And MEEMAW's only ever going to get Sheldon's side of it and be slightly biased as well, you know. So she ended the episode stronger. She started it a bit weak, and I'm hoping that we see more of her, because I don't like forming an opinion on one character off one episode, you know what I mean? As long as we get a little bit more and see her, she may grow into this loving person that Sheldon's obviously in love with, and always consistently talking about how great. We've only seen one bit of her. She was obviously butting heads with a person that we really love. And then we've got to give her a little bit more time and see how she goes, and maybe we do get an engagement sometime in the season now she knows about it. That's going to wrap up today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.